so we're going to learn a story about a big boat and a guy named Noah. So stay tuned, and Luke's going to read you this wonderful true story about a guy named Noah who saved his family. And then Luke and I will talk about it a little bit more after you read it. So have some fun.
This story is called A Very Long Cruise. This is so sad, Lana says, tears in her eyes. Everything was so beautiful. Why did Adam and Eve have to disobey God? Wiping her tears, Lana doesn't notice the thick mist that suddenly surrounds the bus. Munch and Griffin glance at each other curiously, but the mist disappears as quickly as it comes. The kids can now see lots of people through the window of the bus. I think we traveled in time, Griffin murmurs. Incredible! Munch frowns as he watches the people outside. Yeah, Adam and Eve really messed up. And it looks like things are just going to get worse and worse out there. Doesn't anyone care about following God anymore? Look, Griffin points out the window. That man there, standing apart from everyone else. What's he doing? He looks like he's thinking hard about something, Munch says. Or maybe he's praying, Lana says. I bet that's Noah. The man is Noah. He's the only person left on the earth who cares about following God. He tries to do what is right and talks about God often. One day, God tells him something strange. I have a special job for you, God says. I want you to build a large boat called an ark. Fill it with your family and 2 animals of every kind. I'm going to send a massive flood to destroy the world. The flood will wash away all these people that are evil and the terrible things they have done. Noah has never seen such a big boat. He can hardly even imagine it. But he does as God asks, and he starts building right away. Day after day, the air is filled with the sounds of hammering and sawing. Noah works on the ark year after year. When it's finally done, he stands back and marvels as the ark's enormous size, big enough to hold a male and a female of every kind of animal on the earth, as well as 7 pairs of each type of bird and each animal to be used for food. God is pleased with the ark and with Noah's obedience and faith. Soon, God starts sending animals to Noah. 2 by 2, they come aboard the ark. There are horses and alligators, lions, parrots, and some that Noah can't even name. The animals form a line and enter the only door in the ark. As raindrops start to fall, Noah calls his family. He gathers his wife and his 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth, and his sons' wives comes too. They hug each other, say a prayer, and enter the ark. God closes the huge door behind them. Let's move over to this slow down section in the left corner. It says, think about it. God said to Noah, build a large boat from cypress wood. Genesis 6:13 through 14. God gave Noah exact measurements for the ark. It was 450 feet long, 75 feet wide, and 45 feet high, and it had 3 levels, filled with stalls to hold all the animals. If you want to read more, see Genesis 6:14 through 16. It was likely built very far away from any major body of water, like lakes or oceans. By building a huge boat with no water in sight, Noah was acting in faith, trusting that what God had told him would come true. Raindrops start pounding on the roof and splashing against the window of the bus. We better get out of here! Fast! Munch shouts. The bus engine roars and they start moving along a dusty road. Hold on, it's about to get bumpy, Griffin says, looking at the road ahead. It winds up the side of a tall mountain and is covered with potholes. Where are we headed? Munch asks. Mount Ararat, Griffin answers and points to a sign. It rains and rains and rains, so everything is underwater. Nothing is left, Noah says. Looking out the window of his changed world, the ark floats along in the raging water for months. Noah, his family, and the animals wait and wait and wait. If you look to the left in the left corner, there's a little bit of a picture of what Mount Ararat might be like. Mount Ararat is the highest mountain peak in Turkey. It is actually a sleeping volcano that last erupted in AD 1840. Nobody lives on Mount Ararat. Much of the mountain is covered in snow and ice. Summers on the mountain are warm, but winters can be very cold. There are also occasional snowstorms. Fun fact is, the Bible says that Noah's Ark landed on the Mount Ararat after the Great Flood. Many explorers have led expeditions to Mount Ararat looking for the Ark. It has yet to be found. Many believe it is buried in the ice. Will we ever see dry land again? Japheth wonders. Someday. Will we ever see dry land again? Japheth wonders. Someday God will make the water go back down, Noah answers. Will our food run out? Ham worries. God will provide all our needs, Noah reassures him. When will we get off this ark? Shem asks. God will tell us when the time is right, Noah says. After 5 months, bump! People and animals are knocked off their feet. All the animals cry out. Horses neigh, wolves howl, and grizzly bears roar. Noah rushes to the railing. We've landed on top of a mountain, he shouts. If we look in the right corner of the under construction panel, we have Build Your Faith. God made Adam and Eve responsible for all the animals he made. See Genesis 1:28. Later, Noah cared for God's animals while they were on the ark. We humans are still responsible for taking care of God's animals. How do you care for the animals in your life? If you have pets, do you remember to give them food, water, and a warm place to sleep? Even if you don't have a pet, there are things you can do to help the animals around you, like make a donation or volunteer at a local animal shelter, or put up a birdhouse in your yard. Ask a trusted adult to help you brainstorm ways that you can do your part to take care of God's animals. Everyone is excited, but they still can't leave the ark. The water is too high. Noah and his family wait some more. A few months later, Noah sends out a raven to search for dry ground. It flies back and forth, but doesn't find anywhere to land. Next, Noah sends out a dove. This bird doesn't find dry ground either, so it comes back to Noah in the ark. A week later, Noah tries again. This time, the dove comes back with an olive leaf in its beak. Noah runs to show the leaf to his wife. This leaf is a sign that the land is almost dry, Noah says. The next week, he sends out the dove again. It doesn't come back to the ark. The dove must have found a place to build its nest, Noah tells his family. We will get to leave the ark very soon. But 2 more months go by. Noah and his family and the animals have been on the ark for more than a year. Every day, as they watch the earth dry out a little by little, they get more impatient. Finally, one day God tells Noah, "It is safe to come out." Everyone races for the door, pushing and shoving each other. When Noah steps outside, he sees a rainbow in the sky. "Look," he says, pointing out the rainbow to his wife and sons and daughters-in-law. They marvel at the beautiful colors. "This rainbow is the sign of my promise to you and all living creatures," God says. "I will never destroy the earth with a flood again." Noah and his family worship God. Then they begin their new life in a world washed clean. If you want to learn more about Noah and the flood, you can read Genesis 6-9 in the Bible. If you look over in the left corner, here's a little thing for you to remember. When I see the rainbow in the clouds, I will remember the eternal covenant promise between God and every living creature on earth. Genesis 9:16. Hey Flame, how'd you enjoy that story?
Oh, I loved it. I mean, who doesn't love a good goat story? I mean, blood and water and animals. I love animals.
Well, how many animals went on the boat?
I don't know. It's a lot. It's every kind of animal.
Well, how many of every kind of animal?
What do you guys think? How many kinds of animals do they have? I mean, how many animals of each kind go on the boat?
Yeah, how many animals of each kind went on the boat? I'll give you a second to think about it. And on 3, we're going to shout out that number, all right? 1, 2, 3. 2! Yes, 2 is a good number. Yeah. So there was actually another number of animals that went on our boat, not just the 2 of every kind, but there was another number. Do you remember what that number was? You look like you're thinking pretty hard.
Yeah. 7.
Yeah, 7. 7's the right number. Do you remember why there was 7 of every kind of this certain types of animals? You remember what kind of animals they were?
Like birds and stuff?
Yeah, exactly. So what were those animals for?
It said food.
Yeah, now there might have been some food for the animals, not for the people, because they weren't eating any meat at this time. maybe for some of the animals, but it was also because some of these animals were used for sacrifices at the end of the story. Because after the boat landed, what was in the air that they saw?
Oh, I love this thing. It's called a rainbow.
Yeah, a rainbow. And that rainbow signified what?
That they never flood the earth again.
Yeah, that God would never flood the entire earth again to destroy it. Now, why? What did he have them do at the end?
Well, it doesn't say in this story, but if you read in the Bible, it says that they sacrificed some animals in thank you to God.
Yeah, sometimes whenever they do sacrifices, it was a thank you to God for what he has done. Now, why did he flood the earth?
If you read in Genesis, it says, the thoughts of every man are evil continually. Oh, that's so bad.
Yeah, I know. The people were not good. They were doing whatever they wanted, and they were not caring if they were getting in trouble, and they didn't listen to their parents, and they didn't want to do anything right. They wanted to take and steal and hurt people, and it didn't bother them at all.
Yeah, that's so sad.
Yeah, I know it was sad. So there's consequences to things like that, right? And so God had to show that, but he saved Noah and his family because, well, they were righteous.
Righteous? What's that?
Well, righteous, what's the first word in righteous?
Right.
Yeah, right, exactly. Right is right. And so, yeah, the word righteous means that they are right with God, which means that he is following God as much as he could and trying to live for him. And he shared his message. It said in the story that he told people about God, even though they didn't listen. And so God saw that he was righteous. And so he decided he wanted to save that family and help them, hopefully make a new world that was better for the animals and creation and all the people around them. Isn't that a good thing?
Yeah.
So today we learned about Noah and the flood.
Yeah, boats are so cool.
Yeah, boats, they are pretty cool. And this boat was really big.
Yeah, it's like 3 stories tall and like lots of football fields long.
Yeah, it was multiple football fields long. It was really tall, really big, and can hold all those animals. Actually, if you want to learn more about it, you can go to the Noah's Ark. It's Answers in Genesis, and they have the building of the whole ark. You can go online and look at it, and maybe someday you can go visit it too.
Oh, that'd be so cool!
Yeah, it would be cool. So, okay, thank you guys for listening. Hope you guys learned a little bit and hope you enjoyed the lesson. We'll see you next time on our Story Traveler Bible book.
Bye-bye!
Bye-bye.